I was 100% please healthy. I don't know. He eats kind of well. Kind of.
Police emergency.
No,
Okay,
no, he
what do you
doesn't.
determine
He talked
eating
about him
well?
eating like shrimp from a gas station one time.
Because we had to have this discussion like last night too,
I
where
know.
we were sitting there like
Eating well
Nick,
just
you-
means eating like food that has actual calories instead of junk food. Like if somebody's like, yeah, I had some Doritos yesterday.
But if you cook a meal, that doesn't mean that it's well either, though.
It means it's better than most things.
You can cook an incredibly unhealthy meal.
That's why I said most things. This is a dead end. Ow.
Damn.
Please. Move slightly. No, don't get out of the car. That's a bad idea. Why did you get out of the car?
Problem with Rob is his lifestyle is just like one of complete like destruction. If we're basing it on what they eat, it's 100% Austin.
Just because he eats out doesn't mean it's unhealthy. It's literally takeout. Yeah, but the takeout's not always bad. Like he orders from real restaurants.
That doesn't matter. If it's takeout, it's not like always going to be fresh. A lot of it's preservative. A lot of it's preservative laden. A lot of it's stuff that's been fried and grilled in ways that put a lot of extra calories on there.
I mean, calories aren't bad.
They're bad when you're eating like Nick, calories are bad for you if you're eating like 4,000 of them a day and are a chair jockey.
He's very skinny.
You idiot.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. There are tons of people who are incredibly skinny individuals who are incredibly unhealthy just due to the fact that it clogs up your arteries. It gets in your liver and your kidneys. Just because you're not putting on the pounds doesn't mean you're not putting on the plaque. Plaque's getting all up inside. Yeah, or as NL would say, plaque.
Takeout is not inherently unhealthy. It depends on what you take out. Like,
Okay, if you're ordering from like a restaurant that costs $120 for takeout, you're probably fine. If you're ordering something that's like 30, it's probably not the best place for you.
30's good. What are you talking about? 30's like very mid-range price.
30 is a standard restaurant, you fool.
I just said mid-range. What are you talking about?
That's not mid-range. I'm saying standard. That's like
standard and mid-range are the same thing.
No, it isn't. That's where you go when you're like a teenager and you're like, I got $30.
Are you kidding me? 30's way too much. 30, yeah, 30's expensive. Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe it's just your crappy Canadian dollar, but $30 is an expensive takeout meal.
Well, because I'm assuming that
for
we're
one
talking
person.
about a real restaurant here, as opposed
So am I.
to like. Yeah, and see, if we're talking about a real restaurant, 30 is a standard meal. If we're talking cheap, you're going like into the $20 range.
Okay, how are standard and mid-range not the same thing?
I can't help you out. Do you understand?
Standard and mid-range are not the same thing because standard is usually pretty cheap.
Doesn't make any sense.
Whenever I think about takeout, I think about a place that's pretty cheap.
What do you do for work, Jacob?
I think this is just the way you think about stuff like this.
Engines, differentials, transmissions, that kind of stuff.
I think the healthiest thing Austin eats is Subway.
Yes.
What's a real restaurant? You mean 4 or 5 star? No, I mean like
yeah, I know, right?
A restaurant where when you go into it, it's not like a little dinky place that's kind of dingy sometimes. I'm talking about like a place where they have that sign in the corner that they sometimes put out that says like, please wait to be seated.
Pizza is maybe 20. I mean, if for one person, 20 is a lot for pizza. Like a lot. Standard pizza price is like $10 if you're eating by yourself.
Also depends on like what you're getting on it, like the size of it.
That's why we said standard. Yes, that's the point.
Well, I'm just saying that for some people, they're getting like that like extra large.
Well, yeah, but you don't have to say that. That's why we said standard. We're not talking about that.
So a Chili's. I've never been to a Chili's.
Neither have I. I've heard like mad things.
You were at home in bed.
I don't know if they're in Canada.
Out to some stranger. What kind of man are you, Jacob, that you allow that?
You son of a bitch. You got no right talking about my wife like that.
Oh, that was a bad one. All right, next.
You did it. What does text mean, Jacob?
I don't know what you're talking about.
This guy has like some problems with his face after that fight.
His face isn't doing weird things, so I was going to say he's telling the truth.
I need a reason to believe
Maybe it's just a difference between like a lot of Canadian restaurants and a lot of American restaurants, because you guys are saying here that there's a lot of cheap restaurants that still ask you to like wait to be seated, and that's absurd to me.
First,
yeah, see,
sometimes places get
here I can't think of a cheap restaurant that I've ever seen that's like got a sign like that.
One person loves the other more than life itself.
I went to a restaurant once.
Yeah, Applebee's isn't cheap.
Had,
Applebee's is pretty like higher range.
Applebee's is a place that's high range but bad for you. Like
it's high range and bad, yeah.
Everything there is frozen. Everything there is bad, and it was only good because people in the '60s wanted a place to go out to eat that wasn't like their kitchen.
Applebee's is bad. Overpriced, for sure.
Applebee's is a thing that has like all the hallmarks of not changing with the times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's an older oriented place, and it knows that it's gonna get that 60 to 85 crowd every day. I went and had Applebee's once in my life, and all I had was their French fries, and they were some of the worst French fries I've ever had. And it's really tough to screw up French fries.
I don't know. I don't like Applebee's at all. They play like bad music. It's like
They've
a sports
got, like,
bar.
Yeah, they've always got golf on the TV.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, the crowd is older.
That's
apparently, like
normal.
all their food is like frozen.
Yep, yeah. A lot of it's like microwaved.
We have to remember we have inside knowledge
yeah.
on Applebee's because Mathis used to work there. I mean, Applebee's from like 10 years ago, probably way worse than now, but still. Isn't everything frozen there? Yeah, see, we're coming back around.
I don't know. Do I have proof at all that it was him? Like, I don't know his shoe size. Tell me the shoe size.
Maybe if you observed some of his shoes in his house before you got into a fist fight.
Never had the chance.
I like how the writing on the body is just a sketch of the body,
right?
Not of the writing.
My mistake.
Jacob, I think she pushed you.
Sometimes you just have to shake the tree and see what falls out.
Fuck you. I did my best to make it work.
What?
I don't see any way.
How was that not right?
Give us something.
That doesn't make any sense. I hit on lie, and none of them were. I couldn't choose any of them, so I chose doubt. Which also wasn't it. Doesn't make any sense.
I did my best to make it work.
This guy Mendez could be our man.
I hope so, Phelps.
Doesn't make any sense.
Really hope
Should
so.
you binge
I'm deeply
Hero Academia for the finale? Like watch all of it just to be prepared for. If you're on episode 28, like, I mean, you could binge it if you want, I guess.
Is this fucking
It's up to
plastic wrap or something? Look, you can see the smears in this window.
It's not plastic wrap.
Looks like it.
It's just very dirty.
Little frames.
I saw a picture the other day that was like a dead cockroach sitting on the floor, and it was like tipped upside down, like legs curled in along the body, stereotypical death for a cockroach kind of thing. And somebody had put a sign up next to it that was like, "This is the 1-year anniversary death of this cockroach." And I guess they had taken that picture because they were trying to prove that their like cleaning company wasn't cleaning their office right. It's like, that's a damn good way to do it right there. The Dirt Bag.
What's the most expensive restaurant you've been to?
Christ alive.
To be honest, like, I don't like going out to eat, so
That sounds like you, yeah.
I'm trying to, like, I think it wasn't the most expensive for me because all I had were French fries.
What? Why did you stop? The driver's in this fucking game.
But it was like, it's a fairly expensive place if you go like as a group of people and you order like a bunch of food.
That's most places.
Probably. But it's just that this place had like a lineup literally out the door when I went there, and I was like, I don't understand why there's so much of a lineup. But I can't remember the name of it, but it's in Oshawa. And it's really weird because it's a restaurant that's like built on top of another building, basically. So like there's like another store that's like underneath it, and then they have like a thing like on the roof. It's the weirdest designed building that I've ever seen, and it costs a fortune to eat there if you're ordering like anything fancy. But if you order like, you know, shit all stuff, it's not that expensive. So I got away with it fine.
90th birthday. Holy shit.
Red Lion is also like a great name for a place. I don't know. Like there's also a place around here that's like really expensive, and like Rachel and I went there, and it's called Melanie Pringles.
Someone's gonna have to climb up and take him down.
It's a retro chic kind of place where you go in there, and they've got literally half a car like on the wall. Like half of an old car up on the wall, and like just all of that retro BS everywhere. They have really good ice cream there, though.
Oh, that's
Also,
my
they charge an absurd amount of money for a grilled cheese sandwich at that restaurant.
What? It's so simple. Oh, I thought I was gonna beat him off. What?
Well, here's the... You thought
Beat
you were
him
gonna
off.
beat him off.
Head him off is what I meant to say. Maybe
That's
that
really
too.
good.
Part
That's
of the
really-
interrogation.
That's right. Yeah, you strip him down like in front of the one-way mirror, right? You strip him down in front of that. You make him look at dead in his own eyes, and then you just slowly start yanking him.
F14 is somehow is immortal. Yeah, it's a genetics thing. Some people can smoke for all their life and be fine.
It's a total RNG drop. Because all
Like
it is
odds are it will kill you, but
yeah, it's a total RNG drop of did you develop like some form of cancer in the lung? Did you develop COPD? If you didn't, you're fine. But if you did, you're dead. That's why I hate whenever there's those old people that have like smoked all their lives and people go like, well, I guess this means smoking is not really as bad as everybody told you. It's like, no, it is incredibly
next
bad.
to the person that died at like 40.
Yeah, or like those times where they're like, yeah, this kid has lung cancer because like the mom smoked next to them a lot.
Yeah,
And
that's all it took. Some people.
It's all just look at the
Whatcha?
draw.
That didn't really work.
Okay, so I understand in that is supposed to say pate, but I read it at first as pate, and I was just like, what does the guy from Dark Souls have to do with this?
I went to some Vietnamese place that was kind of expensive. It was good though. Buffets are like strangely cheap.
It's because they're gonna get you with like other things if you want them.
Well, no, the ones I go to, it's like $14, all you can eat. You want to just get like a water? Fine, just get like a water.
That's what I'm meaning though. It's like they know that a lot of people are gonna come in there and drink like their weight in alcohol.
Whenever I go to a buffet, I just get water.
So,
They probably
as
hate
a
me.
person who doesn't really enjoy food, there was one place that I used to go to that was a buffet when I was younger, and I would eat so much food when I would go there because it would literally just be breakfast foods.
Public library.
And it's like those are like all I care about. So I would just eat so many pancakes and everything, and it would just be crazy. They had pancakes, they had waffles, they had French toast, they had all this stuff. And it was like, I'm just gonna eat as much of this as I can, and that was horrible. But you know, back then I was like super skinny because I was a small child. That's
Yeah,
probably
see, that's, I can eat whatever I want and not get fat, so that's not a problem for me. For now,
yeah. It's just gonna affect your heart instead.
probably not.
I mean, literally what it will do. If you don't gain weight, it's still affecting your body somehow. It's just that you're not, you know,
Poop it all out.
interpreting. That's not how that works, Nick. Grease and stuff that clogs up your arteries isn't just gonna come out in your feces all the
Joking.
time.
Jeez.
That said, if you could poop out grease, would you want to poop out one solid piece of grease?
That takes
Or would
panic
you want...
grease to a whole nother level. That serves corn dogs for breakfast.
I don't like that for several reasons.
Oh my god, that's great. Yeah,
Corn dogs aren't a breakfast food, right? Like,
definitely not. No, the
Okay.
buffet I went to in Missouri had like all kinds of stuff. They had like duck and sushi and everything like that, and so it's all part of like the buffet cost, like the $14. My mom, that was the first time she'd ever been to a buffet. She was like
Yeah.
getting the duck. Like, do I actually have to pay more for this? Like, this doesn't seem right. I was like, no, it's all part of it. Blew her mind.
I feel like duck is one of those things that like people sit there and go like, "Ooh, I'll have the duck." That's rare. That's
Duck
a thing.
is expensive though.
Yeah, but it's like they're everywhere.
I know, but it's still somehow expensive. Asian buffets are real good. Yeah, right?
Like if I wanted to, I could go to my old college and just jump in the small little pond that they have there and wrangle me up some ducks.
It's the shittiest food, but it's good shitty food. Yeah, it's like it's shitty food that is good, but is also really cheap.
I think it's that it's good for the price point, you know?
I mean, it's like amazing for the price.
If you were to go to like a high class restaurant and you got served that, you'd be like, I paid more. to
Yeah,
get in.
you'd be mad about it, but this one, it's like I paid $14 for anything I wanted here, so
And an infinite supply of it.
yeah, it's kind of like whatever. They had like sushi and stuff there too. Not much of a selection of sushi though. Oops, let me do that.
I
Okay.
feel like that's a pretty easily understood to be limited thing.
Well, no, because I've been to other Asian buffets that had like all the kinds of sushi. This one just didn't. This one had. Okay, I've been to two Asian buffets. One of them had all the sushi and like a pretty good amount of other foods, and then this one had like some sushi but a lot of other foods. So it kind of worked out, I guess. Tiny portions for huge price. High class restaurants.
said,
I've never been to
though,
like a high class restaurant, so.
I'm coming around to the idea of
Put
high
ice in
class
my water.
stuff to a point though.
I don't want ice in my water, so that's fine.
I'm coming around to the idea of high class stuff though, as I've been like exercising and eating better and all that, because it's just like, wow, you really don't
What
need
the
all that
fuck?
food. Lukewarm water to go with 2 bites of salmon. I mean, if you
I
get
never
2
get-
bites, something's gone wrong.
Oh, did they big salmon at the buffet I went to? It's really good. I never get ice in my drinks at restaurants anyways. I always have to say no ice. Because they at least fill it half with ice. It's not worth it. This is the new PUBG car I'm driving.
But yeah, I agree with like the overall sentiment that like, yeah, just go to somewhere where it's like
Cheese
not
place.
cheap, but not like expensive. Go middle of the road as often as possible because you'll get a good price point for the like quality.
I can't say I've ever had a cheese plate.
I have had them around me. The problem is I don't really like cheese.
Wow.
It's because like it's a texture thing for me. Like I found that hard cheeses when you bite into them like have a strange texture once you start to chew them up. Like some of them get like a little bit gritty or like stringy, and I'm not keen on that.
This isn't what I
And
want.
soft cheese just feels like I'm eating something that I shouldn't be.
Oh, finally.
If hard cheese was like closer to the consistency of like a candy bar of some kind, I'd be into it, but it gets like all gritty and stringy and I don't like that.
You're not
Biting
wrong.
into string cheese is a war crime. I mean, I'm not talking about string cheese. I'm just talking about that like if you chewed some cheese, it gets stringy.
You never said you were
That's
talking
it.
about string cheese.
That's
You
it.
assumed all these things.
I don't like string cheese either.
String cheese is fine. I like mozzarella, so.
Yeah,
This is
see,
all it
that's
is.
not my thing. I'm the most basic bitch when it comes to cheese. I just want some cheddar.
I hate cheddar so much.
I really
By
don't
far
like
my
mozzarella.
least favorite.
It makes everything waxy when it's melted.
I hate cheddar because whenever I go to a restaurant and I get like an omelet and it's like, yeah, it has ham, hash browns, some mushrooms, and cheese. I'm always like, what is the cheese? I hate when places just say cheese as an ingredient because there's so many kinds of cheese.
It's always just cheddar.
Yeah, it's always cheddar or American. But I hate that they just say cheese. It's like saying meat. Hey, what's in this this omelet? Meat. Oh, what meat? Cheddar is C tier. Yeah, it's C tier for sure.
Oh yeah, it's 100% C tier. But the thing is, it's the only one I like. The rest of them are all just ugh to me.
I hate cheddar.
But keep in mind, I'm also the person that, like, if I could, I would live off of IV. So.
When people say cheese, they mean American. Yeah, it's either American or cheddar when they say cheese, for sure.
That's.
But I feel
like that. I feel like it's always cheddar here, just because American cheese is specifically sold as like craft singles.
Well, same. Yeah, same. It literally comes in no other ways.
We just don't call it American here.
Makes sense. Yeah.
We just go by the brand name.
Yeah, makes sense. That's soft cheese.
I don't like soft cheeses because it's a texture thing.
Yeah, the grocery store in my town has like a exotic cheese section, but everything there is too expensive. But every time I go by there, I look at the smoked Gouda, and I want it so bad.
If it has a strong smell or a strong taste, I don't want it. I want things to be relatively bland. I want things to be relatively simple.
Gouda is really good cheese.
I don't like food. This is where I become the anti-Northern Lion, and it's that I just could not give less of a shit about food other than enforcing vague policies on food. Like, I'll argue about food all day, but I actually really don't care about it.
Top 3 cheeses right there. Smoked Gouda. Yeah, right? It's kind of expensive, though.
For meat, I want strong taste, but for sweet things, I like lighter tastes.
Yeah, I don't like sweet things at all. I don't remember the last time I had like anything sweet, like candy bar or whatever. It's not my thing.
I'm fine with sweet. I prefer salty. That's why I became a streamer.
The only candy bar I like are Paydays. They're really good.
No, that's a video game.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Going with the easy.
No, but like, what is that?
What?
What is a Payday?
It is a bar of caramel with peanuts in it.
Okay, if you think strawberries are too sweet, your taste receptors are bunged up. They're just
those aren't too sweet.
They're not sweet, especially if you get them when they're like not over ripened. If you get them when they're like pretty much just like the perfect size, which is not too big.
I don't like pepper jack.
It's like there you go.
Oh, of course, it's the very last door.
Just kick the door in.
Oh hell yeah.
Take a look around and see what you can find.
I mean, if you just don't like the taste of strawberry, that's a different circumstance because that is a taste that I can understand not enjoying.
Monterey Jack is really good.
Also, for context, the reason that they charge so much for that like grilled cheese at that one restaurant that I went to is because they assume that you want 3 different cheeses in it.
This is the same key that was in her apartment, though. That seems very relevant. It looks exactly the same. See, I like strawberries, but I hate strawberry flavored things. I'm the exact opposite.
That's understandable.
Because everything that's strawberry flavored tastes artificial, but strawberries themselves
it is artificial.
That's what I'm saying.
They're always like neon red.
Yeah, yeah.
This isn't what we're looking for.
Break her eggs. His eggs? Whose apartment are we in?
If you're having like very vigorous intercourse,
okay,
could you use the term crack some eggs?
What? No, like a billion times no. What are you talking about?
Because you're getting up in there.
No, get out of here.
You're getting it up so deep that it's gonna, you know.
Lemon things are good. Lemon's good.
Yeah.
Doesn't tell me anything.
I know.
Doesn't tell you anything. It's a gun.
I've talked about it before, but like.
Oh shit.
I still can't get over the fact that in high school, Shepard used to just go up to girls and say like, "I want to eat your eggs."
Yeah, that's the person I hated.
I mean, I didn't like Shepard in high school either. I just hung out with him because he wasn't like that at home.
Granny Smith apples. Apples hurt my teeth.
What?
Not okay. Let me preference this. Not in a way that my teeth are gonna fall out. My teeth are like not unhealthy. It's in a way that it makes my mouth itch. It's something to do with the wax.
You might be allergic.
Yeah. It's no, not to apples. I can eat like apple pie and stuff like that. It's something to do with the wax that they use. It's only raw apples.
Okay, I was gonna say like, where are you buying things that they're waxy?
What are you talking about? Every single apple is waxed that you buy.
No, but like, I mean, you're not washing this stuff off?
No, it's from the fucking grocery store. It's already been washed.
Gotta wash your stuff at home,
What?
Nick.
No, get out of here.
They specifically say wash them even if they've, you know, been out of store before because they don't get all the pesticides and stuff off.
That's what they do. Besides, I don't care. Pesticides, whatever. I don't care.
What gives? LAPD, you're under arrest.
Yeah, I don't care
Wash
about the
your fruit.
thing that
I'm not gonna wash my fruit.
everybody should wash their fruit.
I'm not gonna wash my fruit.
There's pesticides on it.
I don't think I care.
That stuff gets you sick, dog.
What? That didn't work. I'm not gonna wash my fruit.
Wash your fruit.
I'll wash the fruit if I buy it from a farmer's market. Otherwise, I'm not gonna wash my fruit.
If you're buying it from a like grocery store, that's an even better reason, especially because a lot of people are handling your goddamn fruit.
It's a worse reason.
Have you never been to
Okay.
a grocery store and watched everybody fondle the fruit?
My phone says there's something on Twitter, and I can already tell it's red telling me to wash my food. My fruit. I don't gotta look at it. I already know. Where'd this nerd go?
Get in and drive.
Oh, hey, what's up? Why you making me
Wash your
drive?
fruit to get the wax off. Forget the pesticides.
I mean, that's fair, but also the wax is on there really strong. I don't think I can wash that off.
That's why you gotta vigorously scrub your apples.
I scrub my apples every day, but not those ones.
No, that's just your... Well, actually, you know what? If you're washing your neck too, I guess you're scrubbing 2 apples.
Three apples.
No, I don't believe that each one of those eggs is
What?
the size of an apple.
That's not what I'm saying. Just gonna call them apples.
Okay. I don't like the idea of calling
Ah!
them apples without them being...
Red, my phone is next to my hand and making my hand vibrate. Stop.
Phelps, you gotta get me close.
See, the real problem
Oh,
is
gotta
these
get me closer. I'm right
stickers.
next to it. Huh? Oh yeah, the stickers are annoying. Honestly, I'll eat the sticker if I don't notice it, and I won't even care.
Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires.
One of those, like, things that was Juggy, by the way, telling you to watch your fruit.
Dude, I
you
fucked
never
this guy
know
up.
if they might be plotting.
Yeah, I need to shoot out his tires, huh?
Suck bad fruit. That's
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of apples. I
They're,
like,
they're a B+ fruit.
Never know. They might be plotting.
I ain't staying a goddamn.
Anybody that says like pears are better than apples, though, needs to like disappear.
Pears are 1,000% better than apples.
They are the same fruit
You did a
almost.
grand job, lads.
They taste
That's what?
literally
That's
almost
why I
identical unless you're getting some
saw you
sour
first starting
pears.
as a homicide investigator. It seems the city has a new and vengeful guardian. Considering the evidence against your suspect and the thoroughness
How much
with which you
wax
forced
is on
his trial, I
cucumbers?
foresee a safe passage
Good
through the
question.
courts, and the DA agrees with me.
No, like how
Brutality
much wax is on a
such as this
cucumber?
deserves retribution. The people
Talking about,
Because I feel like it can't be that much.
I mean, I don't think they care if the cucumbers are shiny, so probably not. Not like an apple. Aw, they didn't give me a drink. What the hell? That was all me.
None of the apples where I get my stuff from are shiny.
Where are you getting apples from?
From my grocery store. They're
Your
almost
grocery store
never
is weird.
shiny. I think it's because like we have that huge stupid apple field.
Hmm.
And so we just get all the apples like right from there. There's no need to make them look special. Everybody knows they're going to be sold out
We're in
within a
produce.
week.
It's a lot. Oh, that's right. Right. We have someone on the inside.
Dripping off cucumbers.
Someone on the inside. Yeah, don't get shiny apples. I mean, unless I want to wait for the farmer's market here to like open up once a month or whatever. Gotta get shiny apples.
I think the only time we'd get shiny ones would be during winter when there are no apples.
True. Admittedly, I should go to the farmer's market in my town more often. But never the Amish ones. Amish food sucks. But everything else.
That's just because of their pies. You've had bad experiences with their pies.
Because all their pies are awful. Let's put the core of the apple in there. That's a good idea. That's what people want. It's not
Do you know
what
that
we want.
there's no real core to an apple?
Excuse me?
like it's only a slight difference in texture, but like the core of the apple doesn't really exist like other fruit.
They're Amish in Michigan, dude. We have so many Amish. What are you talking about? Also, get out of here. It's literally a core. It's harder than the rest of it. Oh shit.
But I mean, it's still a completely edible substrat.
But that doesn't
It's
mean
not-
I like it.
I'm just saying, it's not like they're including like a peach bit in there.
Still, it's a lot more. It's harder and not. It doesn't taste as good as the rest of it. So.
I feel like if you've diced it up nice, it would.
Well,
be
yeah,
fine.
sure, but I'm not talking about that.
Are they just shoving whole apples in there, bud?
Yes, yes. That's the point. That's what I'm saying. Amish are bad pies.
Because I was gonna say, if they should just cut them up a little bit more fine, then it would
Oh,
be
they don't.
no problem.
They shove it all in there.
Sounds awfully similar. The first rule of police work is make no